Today on Broke vs. Pro, we're going to find out, is it better to upgrade your existing PC?
Or buy a new one.
And it's all thanks to our kind sponsors here at Micro Center. Who's going first?
Oh, you want rock, paper, scissors? Okay.
Yeah, all right. No, we go and shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
See you later. So for my system, I'm starting out with a computer that I purchased from Goodwill. So it's about 10 years old. It's got a i7 3930K, but there are a couple of things that definitely need to be upgraded. Today on Broke vs. Pro, my goal is very simple. I have a system that is basically all ready to go. I need to do a little bit of work to it, and it will be pretty much a victory-winning machine. I have made so many gains when it comes to my budget that there's no way Ken can compete. Like, Ken's gonna have to get an entire pro setup, whereas I'm gonna work with, well, a few $100s in upgrades, and my system will be completely good to go. Like, Ken doesn't have a shot at this. Today's my day, my friends. Today is my day. So today, Ken is gone, which means that I am going to begin preparations. Some might call this cheating. I call it preparations. Rules are meant to be creatively interpreted. The fact that someone built a gaming PC with a 3930K shows that they had a lot more money than sense, and I'm about it. I know I need a new graphics card. I know I need an SSD. Oh, I guess I need peripherals and stuff too, because I can't use that. But what's Ken gonna do?
Today on Broke vs. Pro, with the Pro setup, I'm going to build my own PC from scratch, unlike normal, where I just go in and buy a pre-build. Also, Austin doesn't know this, but I'm actually going to build this PC to put in the new Denki gaming setup over in my studio because, yeah, synergy and budget. Embezzlement? I don't know what that is.
One of the things I'm going to be taking advantage of today is Micro Center's in-store deal, where if you're a new customer, you can get yourself $25 off of a purchase over $100, which is helpful because I need a graphics card and I want to save the 25 bucks. It's not the easiest decision here, but the deals on these ARC GPUs I just can't get by. So I'm going to commit to buying the Sparkle A750 for $199. Last time it helped me win against Jay. This time it's going to help me win against Ken. Aww. Wait, Ken's not gonna do a 4090, right? He wouldn't do that. I know he's got a pro budget, but that's kind of against the spirit of the game, right? I wonder what Ken is gonna get, actually.
So I would never condone cheating for a Broke vs. Pro, but some investigative journalism might be helpful.
So I'm going to go with an RTX 4070 for my graphics card because it'll offer pretty good performance as well compared to my CPU.
He's getting an RTX 4070. He's not going as high end as I thought he was going to. I might have a shot.
Sorry, I got a little distracted. You're not being subtle.
What? No, what? Oh man, I forgot. Where's my cart? I'm lost. Oh crap, my phone was on. Oh, unfortunate.
Very subtle. Oh, we got it right here. So it is the WindForce RTX 4070 from Gigabyte. And this is actually at a pretty good price as well, $599. Man, Austin's out here trying to cheat, trying to sneak around and see what I'm up to. You see, my PC involves a little bit of work. I have to build it from scratch. Austin, on the other hand, he has to take a PC that's already built and make it into something better, which I know is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world, but half his work's already done.
The other thing that I'm missing from my gaming PC is an SSD. Because I am restricted to using a SATA SSD instead of a newer M2, I think my best move is going to be this Crucial BX500. It's 480 gigs, but it's only $24.99. That is gonna help a lot, which means that I'm gonna be, what, roughly $425 in right now?
So for the setup, I think I wanna go air-cooled. I think the idea here is that it'll be a pretty simple way to build it. If I do an AIO, it's gonna take a little more time. Again, I want this aesthetic to be pretty clean. The Noctua Beige, while it's not a big deal, is not the newest and most modern looking colorway, so we're gonna do the black here.
Because I've spent a relatively large amount on my graphics and my SSD and my gaming PC, I need to get my peripherals for next to nothing. This might be what I'm looking for. This is the Battle Crate, which comes with a performance keyboard, precision mouse, gaming headset for $9.99. I got this. I'm about to become victorious, I'm about to open the battle crate and enjoy the loot and plunder within. If you're located in Charlotte, North Carolina, then do I have some good news for you. In early 2024, there will be a brand new Micro Center location. If you sign up using the link in the description, you'll be able to get yourself a free 128 gig flash drive only in store.
Oh, yes. I've been wanting to build in the Fractal North for a long time. Look at these wood accents. This would belong in the Denki studio. Look at this. It almost looks like a furniture piece. My system's got an Intel 12700K, a 4070, and 64 gigs of RAM, all in a Fractal North case. I got this in the bag.
You know, it's funny, like Ken comes in here with this swagger. He's gonna just wipe the floor with me. And what evidence does he have? 7 to 13 episodes of Broke vs. Pro in a row where he's won? Clearly, past results do not guarantee future outcomes. I want literally the cheapest monitor that they sell. Ooh, I found something. Okay, so looking at the site, there's an AOC 21-inch monitor that's $59.99. Where is this? I need this. It's in desktops. Desktops to desktops. The AOC, yo, let's go. Okay, so here we go. So this is the 22B3HM. Most importantly, it's $60. So this is a 1080p 75 hertz monitor.
Okay, so I want to get an LG monitor, but in particular, they have a 27-inch 2K OLED that I've been having my eyes on forever. But again, they only have one in stock, and in fact, I don't see it on the LG wall. It's a shame, I really wanted that 27-inch LG Ultra Gear OLED, but it looks like Micro Center has another option with the same panel. So, no difference there. I might actually be good. All right, so we're finished shopping for our setup. Now let's take it back to the studio and actually do the proper build. I'm excited as hell. This is a lot of cool stuff. All right, so we're finally back in the studio and it's time to build the Pro setup. It's actually a bit overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff to get through here, but I'll take you every step of the way while Austin does whatever the hell he's doing with his Broke setup.
All right, so while Ken is upstairs in the studio building his system, I have a much easier job in front of me. So again, I've got myself the 480 gig BX500, which is a SATA SSD, as well as my Sparkle Arc A750. All I've got to do is install my GPU, install my SSD, get a copy of Windows and some drivers going, and I'll be good to go. In fact, I'm gonna be done so early, I might have room for extracurriculars, like arts and crafts.
Okay, so our PC is basically all built, but before I button it up, I want to see that it posts first. And in order to do that, I gotta plug in some of my accessories here. Look at this!
That's so nice.
It's thinner than me! I already took the liberty of unboxing the Model O, but I'm really curious about the Melgeek Mojo 68. And I got it mainly because of the look. Even though a lot of our aesthetics are black, I figured this would be a nice addition of color. Oh, that sounds good, and they're linears too, so they're gonna be great for shooters. Might not be the best keyboard just for gaming, but I think it's gonna be a pretty well-rounded option for both typing, productivity, but especially gaming since they're linear. Fingers crossed. Maybe we might post on the first try. My odds of winning? Pretty high, I think. Even though I don't exactly know what Austin's building or upgrading. But that's kind of the point, is I only think his upgrades can go so far.
All right, so I have installed my graphics card, installed the SSD, got a fresh copy of Windows 10 fully up to date, and I've started to install the things that I'm going to need to beat Ken. That includes Warzone, Valorant, 3D Mark, as well as Cinebench. Now, of course, this is Broke vs. Pro. I am not going to actually win the competition of most powerful system. And he's going to have clearly way better accessories and peripherals than I do, a way better monitor. But what I'm aiming for is not to outright win. No, it is to prove that it is, in some cases such as mine, better to upgrade an existing system for far less money. And considering that I was able to buy the system for $200 and spend less than $300 on graphics, SSD, mouse, keyboard, monitor, the whole works, I'm feeling pretty good. I wonder how Ken's doing. I'm sure it's all sunshine and rainbows, and he's not running into any issues whatsoever.
I'm hoping that the boot loop is an actual just posting thing and not boot looping because I did something wrong. It was wireless. Oh, yes!
Hey, let's go.
I'll take it, I'll take it. So it all works. So all I have to do now is just get Windows installed and it'll be time to beat Austin. Man, I spent so long building this PC, but it wasn't the actual build part that was the problem. It was some issues that I was having in Windows. Fingers crossed that Austin also had to run into problems jerry-rigging whatever upgrades he needed to put into his build.
Now, Ken might have had a more difficult setup with the entire PC to build or something, but at least I didn't take all day, all night, and a chunk of the next day to build my setup. I just dusted it off, used some Sharpie to clean up some marks, put a graphics card and SSD in, installed Windows. It took a matter of an hour, easy.
All right, it is time for the head-to-head battle. What is this?
Yeah.
Is this the end?
It's the InZone H9.
You gotta ding him points for spending too much money.
I mean, it's a pro setup. That's kind of the point, isn't it?
No, the point is to go into Micro Center and get lovely, wonderful deals. Where are your Micro Center
There
deals?
were good deals, but also really good selection. So this is a Melgeek Mojo 68, which I didn't even know they sold at Micro
Not
Center.
either. Wow. How about your computer? I see some RGB. Oh, is this the Fractal?
It is
the North?
the Fractal North. And I went with an all black build, even though I did get the case with the glass and the frosted window. And I went minimal with the lighting because honestly, like, I thought just something blinking would honestly be fine, though obviously you could just turn it off if you don't like it.
Yeah, I'm curious, how much was this OLED monitor? I hear that they're quite expensive, Ken.
$850.
For context, that's more than my entire setup. And then a nice trip to Applebee's. Okay, so 12700K, what about the rest of your setup?
So 64 gigs of RAM.
That's not necessary.
Especially with a previous generation processor. Even I know
13th
that.
gen? Man. Is it fair to ask at this point the overall price of your computer setup? Is that something I can ask?
Yeah, I'd love to know this.
Okay, final tally, $3,019.
Okay. So I will say that my budget was $500, and I did also exceed it
Oh,
by
what?
$7. $507. That's the grand total of my entire setup. Monitor, mouse, keyboard. Would you like to come over here? Come take a look. I had to do a couple of upgrades.
Yeah.
So I did purchase for $200 the Arc, which is by far my largest purchase.
So that's $400.
Yep. Then I spent another $25 on an SSD because this did not come with the boot drive.
Okay.
So I've got a 480 gig Crucial SATA drive. So this is a little too old for M2. And then I spent $60 on my beautiful AOC monitor, 21.5 inch, 1080p, 75 hertz. That's a lot of hertz. And to round it off,
Yeah, you're
Would you
gonna
like to-
you're gonna get 75 hertz after this this screensaver.
it's a beautiful screenshot of a This Is video that you should check out. Would you like to take a look at my mouse, keyboard, and headset? Because I'm
So,
particularly proud of these.
I happen to know for a fact that this was a bundle, and I've never seen a bundle that looks nothing like each piece. This all came in one box. These look like 3 completely different brands.
Ken, you spent $300
$300 on
You spent $570. I spent $10.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So is his 57 times better than mine?
In this case, I am often not pro setup.
So now that we've shown off these systems, let us go head to head in a couple of games to see, first of all, who's the better gamer, and then we'll try benchmarking and actually deciding which one of these is best. But it's mine. Our first match is going to be inside of Valorant. How are we actually setting this up? What kind of match do you want to do?
So this is just gonna be a death match. Like, I think just plain and dry, we'll see who gets the most kills against each other. When you got a lot of frames to work with, like you have with my PC, and an awesome monitor with a lot of hertz, you do get a competitive advantage. And I think I'm going to actually win this, not just because I'm a better gamer than Austin, but because my hardware is actually better as well.
I mean, with a game like Valorant, this does not look bad. There is a little bit of screen tearing going on, but not anything egregious. Standing still is definitely a good tactic when shooting things. Okay.
What?
I
got
greedy.
Apparently that was a good tactic.
Why? I feel like your headset's cheating because you can hear me from like the
That's
whole
the
map away.
point!
Where is he? I hear him.
Man, it's like playing with a toddler.
This might be the worst I've ever been beaten in a gaming section of Broke vs. Pro. And it's not the PC's fault. Ken, just beat me.
Well, you got second.
Valorant is a pretty easy game to run, but Warzone 2.0 most certainly is not. And this is the point where my system is going to really struggle. While I have a quite good graphics card, my CPU and the rest of my components are pushing 10 years old at this point. And there's only so much that we can realistically expect here.
I will say a lot more screen tearing this time around.
Yeah, so I'm sub 60 FPS, and I could technically lower my settings a bit even more. Get him, get him, get him, get him.
Oh, Jesus. Wait, no, I'm getting shot. Ah.
Wait, what? Out of 2 games, I got 1 kill, so maybe not looking too great for Team Austin here. But luckily, we've got lots of other ways that I can try to argue my case, like benchmarks and the subjectiveness of how great my system is for the money. Clearly, you win the graphics, but it's only about double my score, which considering how much less, not crazy.
So if you add up their scores and divide it by their systems, Austin has a score of 34.4.
Okay.
Ken has a score of 24.1.
Are you kidding me? So you're trying to say if you have a PC that's like over 10 years old and you spend a little bit of money to upgrade it, that it's going to be better than something that's up to date and newer and can play everything for the next 10 years?
Yeah, it's what you get, Ken. It's what you get.
The aesthetic-wise, Ken's case is just, it is gorgeous. Looking at the monitor again, gorgeous. But $850.
Mine was 60.
Looking at your system,
Yeah.
it don't look good.
I'll admit,
You know, like, it don't.
aesthetics, not my strong suit.
The Intel Arc was definitely the way to go. It really made your system sparkle.
Ha, got it. I think it's pretty close. I don't think it's easy to call the winner here.
There's no way he's gonna win this at all.
Is the gamer way more important if he has to spend 6 times my budget? I don't think so.
In the spirit of Broke versus Pro, I gotta go the pro setup here on this one. Because buying these components actually helped him be a better gamer.
It did actually, yeah.
You know, like it's always hard to be like, yeah, go drop $3,000 on a system, but he had the tools and he used them to kick your ass.
I'm happy with my system. I really feel like buying that gaming PC for $200 and spending another like $230 and upgrading the real crucial essentials that I needed was well worth it. I think where I was let down was with my peripherals, and I think if I would have spent like literally $50 more, I think I could have had a significantly better experience. Of course, huge thank you to Micro Center for sponsoring this episode of Broke vs. Pro. If you'd like to take a look at any of the items we used in this video, those links will be in the description. And until next time, I should finally go get good. But we know that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna win today because Ken smells.